afternoon, Team Nosarama. How's everyone doing? Happy Saturday. It's Saturday right now while I'm recording this. I think I'm going to post it today too, so happy Saturday. How's everybody doing? Did everyone have a good 4th? Hopefully everyone had a good 4th of July, which was of course last weekend, if you're an American. I personally didn't. Because, so the day started off great. I went to a neighborhood block party, which we have every 4th of July, so that was fun. So I hung out with all my neighbors and ate a lot of food and stuff. So that went great. Then in the afternoon, I was working an event for work, which I signed up to do since I was going to get holiday pay for it, and I didn't have anything planned for the afternoon of the 4th. So I went to work this event. Was there for like 3 hours until like 6:30 in the evening or so, and then I was gonna go meet up with my friends. We were gonna go watch fireworks and all that stuff for the night, right? 6:30ish comes around, which is when I was planning on leaving work anyway, and I start getting this like headache, and so I was like, bleh, you know, headache. And we were outside, so I figured it might be like a heat kind of thing, but I wasn't sure because it wasn't really that hot out, and I was underneath one of those like canopy tent, pop-up tent things, so I wasn't like sitting in the sun for hours in, 90 plus degree weather. It wasn't like that. It was just, light. To get through that light because it turns green for a short time, and then I would have to sit there and wait through a light cycle, and that light takes like 3 minutes to change. So anyways, got this headache, thought it might be heat, so I drank a Gatorade, sat down for a little while, thought I would be okay. Didn't get any better, so I went home, right? Turned into a full-blown migraine. I have never had a headache, migraine this bad. I very, 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 rarely get headaches that bad. This was horrible. Literally, became nauseated. It's kind of gross, but I threw up 4 times throughout the course of the evening. So I pretty much spent my 4th of July night in bed with the worst migraine of my life. Great timing, 4th of July headache. Why would you do that? So my 4th of July was okay to begin with, but then it turned out really crappy. So hopefully you guys had a good 4th of July. I hope you did. It's a great day to celebrate America. So yeah. Now, what I will actually talk about now is... Oh, hello there. How you doing, girl? What I should really talk about is I'm curious to kind of, first of all, share my thoughts and then get some feedback from you guys. This is an interactive vlog. Requires a response. If you watch this video, you have to comment. What do you all think about, or what it's like having only, if you're a rider, having only a motorcycle for transportation? At least like motorized transportation. If you have like a bicycle or whatever, I don't care, but I mean like not having a car. So yeah, I kind of want to get, if any of you out there ride only a motorcycle, I want to get kind of what your thoughts are about it and what it's like. Because of course here I have a motorcycle and I have a car, small car, that I use for daily driving. Well, when I'm not commuting on the motorcycle, I use that. And then of course in the winter time, because I live in Colorado and we get a lot of snow. So, nice Mercedes. here in Colorado, it's hard to have only a motorcycle just because of the weather. Now, I think you could get away with having just a motorcycle, especially if you had a adventure style bike, BMW, KLR, you know, V-Strom or something like that, that might do okay in a little bit of snow-ish, or maybe on the snowy days here in Colorado, you could ride the bus or something like that, you know, because here at least I personally ride my bike through the winter on the nicer days when it's not too cold. Now I have winter gear, so I can ride down into the 20s, 30s and stay warm, but obviously I'm not going to ride my Gladius in the snow. I mean, at least when there's not, you know, the road's slick and there's snow on the road, you're not going to ride a motorcycle. That'd be pure stupidity, right? So in Colorado, it doesn't make too much sense for me to do that. But I'm sure some of you guys live in either the southern part of the U.S. or other countries, wherever, where the climate allows, or maybe California even, where the climate allows for you to pretty much easily ride a motorcycle year-round without dealing with stuff like snow and ice and such. So, what are your guys' thoughts about that? What do you know, what's it like? You know, exactly what I'm saying. Answer the question. Now, of course, some drawbacks with only owning a motorcycle and not having any sort of vehicle available for other stuff. A couple of nice bikes there. The first drawback, I mean, first of all, of course, we can mention the snow weather factor. I mean, you have no protection from any sort of weather on a motorcycle. Now, obviously, you can wear like rain gear and stuff like that. But in general, of course, on a motorcycle, you're more sort of susceptible, if you will, to weather and environmental factors. The other big thing I see is the fact that you no longer can really carry stuff. Pretty much anything that is larger than, oh my god, these lights. Pretty much anything that's larger than your, you know, hard cases, saddlebags, whatever, you can't really carry. And so that could be a problem. Because sometimes you need to carry things that are larger than that, especially if you were had to go to the hardware store or something like that and get something like that was larger. No chance on a motorcycle. Maybe you're able to, maybe it's easy enough to borrow a neighbor's vehicle or something like, oh my god. Maybe it's easy enough for you to borrow a neighbor or family member's vehicle, truck, whatever. For stuff like that, then carrying things may not be a huge issue, but who knows, you know, who knows. However, there's some positives, of course. First of all, depending on your skill level, I would say a motorcycle is probably a little bit easier to own, maintain, cost of owning kind of thing. Now, it depends. First of all, I mean, obviously you do have the cost of gear, which can be pricey, but at least it's like a fairly irregular one-time kind of thing, right? And then if you're at least somewhat mechanically inclined and you can do most maintenance on a motorcycle, which on motorcycles are obviously like super easy to work on. Oil changes are easy, you know, that kind of stuff. Then you save some money on maintaining a car, you know? Because now if you're taking your motorcycle in for maintenance, motorcycle maintenance in a shop is more expensive, of course, than car maintenance in general. But if you can do a lot of that sort of basic maintenance, routine maintenance, chain clean, chain lubes, oil changes, that kind of stuff. If you can do most of that on your own, then I think it's generally cheaper to own a motorcycle. And of course, motorcycles, at least brand new, between a car and a motorcycle's a lot cheaper, right? So I think cost is a good plus for owning a motorcycle, just because it's, I think, in general, can be less expensive than car ownership. That's what I think. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Please let me know what you think. I mean, I think it would be interesting to live only on a motorcycle, personally. But of course, in Colorado, it's kind of hard. It's just not as easily done in a place like Colorado. Alright guys, so I think that's going to be it for today. I'll go ahead and cut it. Please let me know in the comments kind of what your thoughts are on this subject, and hopefully I'll get back to you, and hopefully we'll be back with you soon on another vlog. So alright guys, I think I'll talk to y'all later. Nosser, I'm out.